Ja Morant was once hailed as the NBA's brightest young star, explosive on the court, magnetic off it. But behind the highlight reels and sneaker deals lies a story of controversy, missteps, and a battle with fame's darker temptations. This is the rise and the reckoning. Rising star in Memphis, drafted second overall in 2019 by the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant didn't waste time turning heads. From his first explosive drive to the rim, fans knew this kid was different. With a 44-inch vertical leap, court vision that echoed prime Derrick Rose, and a confidence level off the charts, Morant became the heartbeat of a young Grizzlies squad. He didn't just play the game, he electrified it. Rookie of the Year? A no-brainer. Morant averaged 17.8 points and 7.3 assists, commanding the floor like a veteran. By his third season, he was an all-star starter, and his 47-point playoff performance against the Warriors made him a household name. For Memphis, he was more than a franchise player. He was the city's spark plug. Swagger meets stardom. Ja brought a new flavor to the league. Flashy dunks, no-look assists, and Instagram clips that went viral within minutes. But with the swagger came scrutiny. Ja didn't shy away from the spotlight. He embraced it. He was the face of Nike's next generation, got his own signature shoe, and inked a 5-year, $194 million extension with Memphis. Everything was lining up. He was being hailed as the next face of the NBA. On and off the court, Morant's charisma was magnetic. But behind the scenes, the pace was starting to blur the line between entertainment and recklessness. First signs of trouble. It started with whispers, minor off-court run-ins, scuffles, rumors. Then came the red flags. In March 2023, Ja posted an Instagram Live from a Denver nightclub, flashing a gun while shirtless, surrounded by friends.
What exactly was Ja Morant celebrating at 5:20 in the morning? And I've had people tell me, oh, it's just the kids today. They don't really care that much about winning. He could lose Game 7 of the finals and he'd be at the club. Okay, so we got one thing after another leading to this.
You start flashing your money, somebody gonna come see you.
The footage went viral instantly. It wasn't just a bad look, it was a gut punch. The NBA hit him with an 8-game suspension. Fans and analysts alike were stunned. Was this a young star spiraling, or just a dumb mistake? Then it happened again. Just 2 months later, another Instagram Live, another gun flash, another suspension, this time for 25 games. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said it wasn't just about policy violations. It was about the responsibility of role models. Morant had promised to do better. He'd said all the right things. But this second incident painted a different picture. Entourage and environment. There's an old saying, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. In Ja's case, his inner circle became part of the problem. There were reports of confrontations with opposing team staff, altercations with teenagers during pickup games, and questionable decisions involving his crew. One incident even involved Ja and friends allegedly threatening a security guard at a mall. Suddenly, his off-court life felt like a TMZ reel. Critics began asking tough questions. Was Ja becoming another cautionary tale, a talent too raw to handle the trappings of fame? Or was he a young man struggling to balance loyalty to his roots with the maturity the league demands? The culture he celebrated, guns, toughness, hood authenticity, clashed with the image of a global sports ambassador. Morant was walking a tightrope, and the fall was beginning to feel inevitable. Media mayhem and public perception. The media naturally pounced. Headlines switched from praising his MVP potential to dissecting his behavior. Sports talk shows debated whether Ja could be trusted. Social media turned on him quickly. One day, he was the NBA's future. The next, he was a meme. But in the age of viral content and constant cameras, public mistakes become permanent records. For Ja, every misstep became a brand crisis. But not all commentary was cynical. Many voices, including fellow athletes, reminded the public that Ja was just 23, navigating intense fame with no guidebook. They called for compassion, for mentorship, for accountability without condemnation. Still, the damage was real. Sponsorships paused. Critics grew louder. His reputation, carefully built on high-flying highlights, was now shadowed by questions of character. The league steps in. After the second gun incident, the NBA's response was clear: enough is enough. Morant's 25-game suspension wasn't just punitive, it was symbolic. The league was sending a message to Ja, to other rising stars, and to fans. This wasn't about mistakes, this was about patterns. Adam Silver said he believed in Ja, but emphasized the gravity of his actions. The Grizzlies, once cautiously supportive, started tightening their stance too. Morant's absence hurt the team's chemistry. What was supposed to be a championship-contending season turned into a narrative of what-ifs. Memphis struggled without their star, both on the scoreboard and in the locker room. The franchise's future, once riding on Morant's shoulders, now felt uncertain. Redemption or regression? Here's the truth. Every great redemption arc begins at rock bottom. And Ja isn't beyond saving. He's got the talent, the fan base, and yes, the time. What he needs now is growth, true growth. Not PR-crafted apologies, not surface-level therapy sessions, but real, internal change. People want to root for Ja. They want to see him rise from the controversy stronger and wiser. He doesn't need to lose his edge. He just needs to sharpen it, focus it, use it to dominate the league and inspire, not self-destruct. In the age of player empowerment, owning your story means more than ever. Ja still has a chance to reclaim his narrative. He's already made some moves: public apologies, a brief step away from social media, conversations with mentors. But action speaks louder. Every dunk this season, every clutch shot, every off-court choice will be scrutinized. Fair or not, that's the cost of stardom in today's NBA. Culture, accountability, and second chances. Ja Morant isn't the first young star to lose himself in fame's bright lights. But the hope is, he won't become another lost talent. The league is filled with stories of guys who flamed out because they couldn't separate persona from purpose. But it's also filled with players who found redemption. Allen Iverson, Meta Sandiford Artest. Even LeBron James learned to navigate early scrutiny with grace.
You're a superstar. You're one of the faces of the NBA. And how are you doing?
Me personally, I feel mentally good that I haven't, been in, many years since I, really got drafted to the league. I'm in a space where I'm, very comfortable.
For Ja, the path forward isn't about changing who he is, but refining who he becomes. The culture he celebrates doesn't have to be destructive. He can represent grit without glorifying danger. He can be loyal to his background without jeopardizing his future. The NBA doesn't need him to be perfect. It needs him to be present, aware, and accountable. From superstar to scrutiny, Ja Morant's journey is a powerful reminder. Talent can take you far, but choices define how long you stay. If you found this story eye-opening, hit like, subscribe, and let us know what you think about Ja's road to redemption.